Mary Jane.
Hi, Steve.
What are you doing today?
I am making white artisan bread in 5 minutes a day. I've been making this bread along with you, Steve, for the past 3 years. On our website, thebreadfairy.org, I give brief instructions. Really all you need to know to get started making the bread. If you want more detailed instructions or great recipes, I'd get the book.
Great, so what's the plan?
So just in a few simple ingredients, we're going to show you how to make artisan bread, but the most important thing, especially in these times, is wash your hands. So without singing happy birthday twice, I'm going to wash my hands.
I know you've already done it. You don't even have to take
How important it is to wash your hands before making bread. Next thing is, if you have long hair, pull your hair back. Not being a commercial kitchen, I don't have a hairnet.
Yeah.
So
what do you got here?
What do we've got? 4 simple ingredients: water, yeast, salt, flour. That's it. I use King Arthur white flour. You can get it in 25-pound bags. So we're going to start out with the water. We need 3 cups of water. This recipe makes 2 loaves.
And what are you doing right now?
1.5-pound loaves. I am getting the temperature of the water lukewarm, which is about what it feels like when you can't feel the water on the back of your wrist.
Oh, okay.
98.6-ish.
Yep.
You don't want it any hotter than 100 because that kills the yeast.
Yep. So you got 3 cups in there.
Almost.
And this is just plain tap water.
Just tap water. Obviously, if you don't, you're going to want to buy bottled water, filtered water. Yeah. So 3 cups of water, 1 cup, 1.5 tablespoons of salt.
So you have a 1.5 tablespoon.
1.5 tablespoon
measure. Okay.
It's in my list on the website of ideal supplies.
Yeah,
you don't have to have a 1.5 tablespoon, but I highly recommend it if you make a lot of bread. It calls for 1 teaspoon.
Oh no. What?
1 tablespoon of yeast, or 1.5 tablespoons, but you can get away with 1 tablespoon and just let it rise a little bit longer.
Oh,
actually helps the flavor. So add your water, yeast, salt.
That's it, all
That's
in the mixer?
6.5 cups of white flour, and this is called the scoop and sweep method. You just scoop it, sweep it. You don't want to pack it down as you do in some recipes because you might get too much.
And you're not sifting or anything like that either.
No
right out of the bag into that box.
Yep. So 3, 4, 5.
Do you know what the mixer capacity is if you're using 6?
Just a second.
Yeah.
6.5.
And a half.
Steve was trying to see if I would miscount, but I didn't.
I missed it.
So this is a 4.5 quart mixer. That's plenty big to make 2 loaves. Okay. It actually can make 1.5 batches at a time if you want to. This, if you don't have a KitchenAid mixer, you can also just use a bowl that's about the same size, 5-quart or so, with a stiff wooden or metal rubber spoon, and stir. It's a little bit harder, but it's very tough. It takes a little bit longer. But just
so you're on a fairly slow speed.
Yep, just until the flour gets incorporated. And then I'll turn it up a little bit. And when it's close to being a uniform consistency, I will stop it and scrape down the sides. Again. Usually a minute or so of this is plenty. You'll just see it has a uniform consistency.
It's a fairly sticky.
It is a sticky dough,
Wet dough.
and just trust it. This is what it's supposed to be like. It's no knead bread, and part of it being no knead is it does have a much wetter consistency than bread that you need. You can't really knead it too much. You can knead it not enough to mix everything in it. So like I said, I usually keep it a minute or two, starting to look smooth. And that's what it looks like when it's good. I'm just gonna scrape it off the paddle.
Yep.
So this bread will be sitting, rising, for somewhere between 2 hours and 5 hours. If you're using a bowl or in this tub, you look for when it seems to have gotten risen and then starts to go out again. It gets flat on top, and you know it's risen enough.
In the bowl, in
the bowl or in this tub. I got this tub at TJ Maxx. I got 2 of them, which allows me to make 4 loaves at a time. It's very, very forgiving bread. You can't really hurt it. Other than the time that I forgot the salt and then it just really tasted bad. And that's it. Put the top on it. When you put on the top, I like these snap tops of these tubs because you want to leave room for the dough to expand.
Yep.
So I only put it down on 2 sides, leave 2 sides open even when it's in the refrigerator.
Yep.
If you are using a bowl instead of the mixer, just put loose covered saran wrap on top of it, and it can just sit.
You gotta let some of the
your counter.
gases escape, essentially.
Yes.
From the
Yep.
carbon dioxide. Okay.
So that's it. You don't do anything else. We'll see you back here in somewhere between 2 and 5 hours.
Great. Thank you.
So the bread has been sitting for 3 hours rising, and this is what it looks like. It has already risen to the top of the rectangular tub and started to come back down again. We now put it back in the refrigerator, and we can make the bread anywhere between tomorrow morning and 14 days from now. See you tomorrow. So it's the next morning, and the dough rose for, I'd say, about 4 hours yesterday evening, and then I put it into the refrigerator. Just took it out of the refrigerator. And what we're going to be doing today is called cloaking the bread. It takes about 1 minute, and it makes it smooth for when you put it into the loaf pan. So, take off the top. You can see how sticky gooey it is. Get all this wonderful dough back into the tub. And each one of these batches of artisan bread makes enough for 2, almost 2-pound loaves. So the first thing we do is make it a little bit less sticky so we can handle it. And this is the best thing I found for cutting it in half, but serrated knives work great as well. And this part is just sticky. It just is. An amorphous blob.
That's the most fun part.
And the most fun part. So, cloaking it. You Spread some flour around it. Pull it from the middle, tuck it underneath, turn a quarter. Do that 4 times. Tuck it there while we spray the pan, which I usually remember to do ahead of time. Spray it with non-stick. This is a 1.5 pound loaf pan. Flop. That's it.
All right.
You've cloaked it. We let it just sit there for, I don't know, it says an hour. And to turn on the oven about half an hour to 450 before you put it in there. I typically wait up to 2 or 3 hours, basically until it fills up the pan. But 1 hour is plenty. It'll work. Okay, we are ready to put the loaf of very puffy bread to the oven. So you saw what it looked like before, and this is what happens when you forget about it and it rises for the last 5 hours. It'll still be great. Okay. So oven's been on for about 20 minutes, preheating to 450. There is a metal pan underneath that'll catch. We'll put a cup of water in that to create some steam. So the last thing to do is to make some slashes in the bread so that, what's escaping, Steve? You have to have some way for the, something.
Well, for the steam mostly
the steam
to escape,
to come
or it'll
out.
blow up. It
And
just
if you
blows out where it wants
don't make
to.
it look nice, it's just gonna come out in cracks.
Wherever it
So
wants to.
we tend, because this is a very heart endeavor, we like putting hearts into our bread. And again, it's not usually this puffy.
Here, let me do the other half.
You do the other half, Steve.
I try to do it just as a slice.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful.
It's pretty nice. Oh,
Now we
let's
put a
see.
couple little more
Just clean
slashes.
it up a little bit.
We're good. So they take this,
You're
put
gonna-
it in the oven. "30 minutes. Get the
Hot water?
hot water.
Just a cup?
1 cup of hot water.
And what's this for?
It makes it steamy in there and keeps the
Creates a
crust.
crust, doesn't it? Yeah.
gets the crust nice and
So when we haven't
crackly.
done the water before,
It looks dry on top, so it's important just to put the cup of water in.
and this is something to be careful doing, I imagine. Yep. Cool.
See you in half an hour.
All right.
To see if it was ready, I put the thermometer in till it's halfway in. It's actually 200 degrees, which is fine. Anywhere between 190, 200 is great. So, take out the thermometer, dump it upside down, flip it over, and that's it.